Hello, I'm Richard. Welcome back to Over and Over and Over Again. This is the Arsenal versus Manchester City live watch-along. Hello, I'm Richard. Welcome back to my channel, Over and Over and Over Again, the positive Arsenal channel. This is a live watch-along, Arsenal versus Manchester City. We're going out live on YouTube, on Twitter and on Facebook. So wherever you're watching it, please give the show a like and come over to YouTube as well and subscribe to the channel. We're on the road to 400 subscribers, which is fantastic. Thanks to everyone who's recently subscribed to the channel. I hope you're enjoying the content that I'm doing. Obviously, we've got the team news. If you've not seen it, these are your teams for the game today. So Arsenal actually make 5 changes from the game against Benfica. Quite a few in defence, 3 of them actually in defence, as you can see. So it's Leno in goal, the back fours, Bellerin, Holding, Mari and Tierney. Then in midfield, El Neni comes in for Ceballos to partner Xhaka. Saka and Odegaard remain in the team. Pepe comes in on the, I'm assuming he's going to be on the left for Smith Rowe, and Aubameyang is also up front. So we've got a reasonably strong bench as well with Smith Rowe, Martinelli, Lacazette, Ceballos, David Luiz and Gabriel, of course, at the back, and Cedric as well, plus, of course, Willian. Manchester City then actually starting this game without a recognised striker. So they start with Edison's in goal, the back fours, Cancelo as right back, Diaz and Stones in the centre, and Zinchenko at left back. That could be an area we could exploit, couldn't we, with Saka on the right. I think Zinchenko is probably their weakest player in their defence. I think the 3 in midfield, Fernandinho, Gundogan and Bernardo Silva. Of course, Gundogan's actually fit for this game. There was doubts as opposed to whether he was going to be fit or not, but he is. And then they've actually got 3 up front without a striker. So Mahrez and Sterling. It looks like De Bruyne is going to be playing in a false 9 position, although they have got Aguero and Jesus both on the bench. So that's the team lineups for there. I'm actually fairly confident with our team, actually. I thought we might make a few more changes in that. So I'm actually quite happy with the side that we've got out. I think we've got a decent chance of getting a result. We're going to have to play well. Of course, we are. Man City are a great side. They've won their last 17 games in a row, unbeaten in 24. I think they've only conceded 7 goals in those 24 games. So we know it's going to be a tough game today. But I'm pleased that Mikel Arteta hasn't rested everybody. He's kept in some really good players at Saka, Odegaard, playing obviously Aubameyang as well. So, I'm reasonably confident that we can at least compete with Manchester City. And you never know, do you? I mean, these games can go either way. And let's hope that we can put a performance in and get the result that we so desperately need. So yeah, this is Arsenal versus Manchester City today. I think it's a big game for Arsenal. I don't go along with all this that, we need to concentrate on the Europa League, forget the league. We still need to finish in the top 6 because winning the Europa League is going to be really tough, isn't it? Yes, we should get through hopefully on Thursday against Benfica, but there's going to be some big teams left in that competition. It's going to be really difficult, isn't it, for us to get a result, to go all the way rather to win that competition. So, it is going to be really, really tough. So I think we do need to concentrate on trying to get in the top 6 in the league as well if we can. And if we can do that, then, at least we've got European football next season, which I think is really important from a financial point of view for a club. When you bear in mind what's happened this season with the COVID situation, no fans in the stadium, and how much money all clubs have lost, and Arsenal suffering as much as anybody else, probably more than a lot of clubs actually, due to our financial kind of restrictions that we've got anyway. So yeah, it's going to be important to get into Europe some way. And I do think the league, the top 6, yes, it's not going to be easy, but we've got a lot of games to do it in. So we need to try and pick up as many points as we can. So I'm pleased with the side that we've picked today. I think Arteta has gone reasonably strong, and it's as strong as you could maybe have hoped for in between the 2 Europa League games. And Manchester City, they've got De Bruyne, who hasn't played much recently, been injured. Got Gundogan, apparently he's been injured as well. How fit are they going to be? Aguero's on the bench. He's not played for ages as well. So, they've got a few injury issues as well. So let's just hope that, we can maybe exploit that I say Zinchenko at left back coming up against Saka. Let's hope Saka can continue his great form. And you never know, we could possibly get a result. Yes, it's not going to be easy, is it? You know, I'm not going to predict anything other than that, but I'm reasonably confident that we can get a positive result, whether that's a draw or even a victory, which would be fantastic, wouldn't it? So we'll see what happens in this game. I think it's going to be a difficult game, but I think it's going to be an exciting game. I think it's going to be a good game, and I'm really confident that we can compete with City today, and hopefully, you know, not only can we compete with them, but we can actually go on and get the result as well, which would be fantastic, wouldn't it? So this is what I'm hoping for today, and I'm pretty confident that we can do that. You know, I say it isn't going to be easy, but no game's easy in the Premier League this season, as we found. We seem to have turned our form around, certainly at home, in recent weeks. So let's hope that we can continue that, put a good performance in, and hopefully get the result. But we'll see. I mean, you know, it's going to be good. It's going to be a good game, I think. I don't have any doubt about that. Kickoff is about 10 minutes or so away, and yeah, it's a big game for Arsenal, isn't it? It's probably more important to Arsenal than Man City, actually, because even if they don't win this game, they've still got a big lead, haven't they? They're 10 points clear, and of course, you know, Man United are playing later on tonight, aren't they, against Newcastle? Yeah, they will probably win that game, you'd imagine, but again, excuse me. You know, you can't really predict anything, can you? This season, it's been one of those strange seasons, hasn't it? So, but yeah, I think it's a bigger game for Arsenal than it is for Manchester City, actually, at this moment in time. So we'll see what happens there. Joe's in the chat. How you doing, Joe? Yeah, come on, you Gunners. Exactly. Let's hope we can pull off. I wouldn't necessarily call it a shock. You know, I think we're a good side, and we on our day we can beat anybody. But I guess it would be considered a bit of a shock, wouldn't it, after the run that Manchester City have been on? But you know, every good run comes to an end, doesn't it? At some point, you know, no team wins every single game. We found that out in our 49 game unbeaten run. Eventually, it did come to an end, didn't it? And it was one of the top sides away from home where the run ended, and there's no reason why Manchester City's run won't go the same way and end today. So we need to give everything that we've got. You know, I don't think we, you know, forget Thursday night, forget the Europa League. For the next 2 hours or so, this is all about the Premier League. It's all about trying to get 3 points, 3 really important points, which is going to put us a little bit closer to that top 6. There's been, you know, some decent results for us today, hasn't there, so far? Aston Villa were losing. I'm not sure if that's finished yet. I'll just check, actually. I know obviously Tottenham lost as well, which is a shame, isn't it? So well done to West Ham. They're now in the top 4. So the top 6 really is definitely on for us, isn't it? If we can get a decent result in this game and keep picking up results consistently for the rest of the season. And I believe that we can do that. And I believe, yeah, it did finish. Aston Villa did lose. So, yeah, Aston Villa lost as well. So I'll just get the league table up, see the current situation where we are currently, where we stand, and where 3 points today will take us. So let's have a look. Just getting the league table up now. So we're in 10th place with 34 points. A win would actually take us above Tottenham and Aston Villa, which would actually put us 8th. Liverpool are currently 6th with 40 points. So we'd actually only be 3 points behind Liverpool in 6th place. So it's a massive game for us. You know, don't be fooled into thinking that Thursday night's game against Benfica is more important than this, because it isn't. This is the game that we need to win. One, because it's the next game we've got now, but also looking at that league table, you know, that top 6 is definitely there for us now, with Tottenham and Villa both losing. Obviously, Everton won yesterday, which has not really helped us. But they played the same games as us now. They're 6 points above us, so that's catchable. We still got to play them at home as well. So, but yeah, the top 6 is still on. It's still possible. So let's concentrate on that today, and let's see if we can pull off this result. You know, it'd be great, wouldn't it? In fact, Leicester, Man City has been cut actually to 7 points because Leicester won, didn't they? So, but Man City, this is their game in hand. So, you know, either way, they've still got a reasonably comfortable lead at this stage in the season. When you look at how inconsistent everybody's been, the chances are that, you know, even if Man City lose this game, they are still probably going to go on and win the league, aren't they? So it is a more important game for Arsenal, definitely. So we had to rest a few players. I accept that. We've rested more defensive players than anything else. I say 3 out of 5 changes have been in the back 4, with Tierney coming in. That's not really weakened the team at all, has it? In fact, it's probably strengthened us. And holding Amari, the 2 central defenders. I'm not 100% convinced about those 2 as a partnership. I've got to be totally honest with you, but hopefully they'll be able to cut. Bear in mind, Man City aren't playing with an out-and-out centre forward, so they're going to be making those late runs into the box from midfield. So it's important for the midfield that we've got today, including El Neni, to really work hard. El Neni and Xhaka have really got to work hard to stop the supply coming through and try and dominate that against Fernandinho. Who else was in there for Man City? Gundogan as well. Yeah, Gundogan and Bernardo Silva. So they've got quite an attacking midfield, haven't they? In fact, they've got 6 attacking midfield players in their team and no strikers. So it's going to be interesting to see how the game plans out. Obviously, Manchester City will be looking to try and catch us on the counter attack, but we haven't got a great record against them, and Arteta hasn't got a great record against Pep, but he did pull off that fantastic victory in the FA Cup semi-final, didn't he, towards the end of last season. So let's hope that he can do something similar today. Maybe tactically can really pull something out of the bag. Saka's playing, of course, today. He didn't play in that FA Cup semi-final, did he? So great form. He's in, an Odegaard as well. If he can get on the ball, get some of his passing going, I think we're going to create some chances. And then who knows? I think we've got a team today in this game capable of getting a result. Whether we do or not, we're not going to know, are we, yet? But I'm confident that we can. I think we've got the players out there, certainly in the attacking third, to cause them some issues. And hopefully, if we do that, then who knows? We may well pull off a great result. Joe's back in the chat again. In. Yeah, exactly. I mean, if we do that, I'm not sure how the game's going to go. I mean, Man City do tend to play a possession-based game, but they've got a lot of attacking players in midfield, haven't they? So I'm assuming that they're going to maybe go for that aspect of the game to really push us on. So we're going to have to close them down, aren't we? We have to deny them space, and they're going to probably try and do the same to us when we've got the ball. So I think it's important that we try and get on the ball. And like you said, our counter attack is going to be important, but we'll see how it works. I mean, it's going to be tough, isn't it? We know that, but let's just hope that we can. I mean, I'm sure Arteta's got a plan. He knows Manchester City inside out, doesn't he? Not much has changed in the year or so since he's left in terms of the way that they play or anything like that. So I'm pretty sure that he'll know what's needed, and hopefully he'll be able to pull together a system and an approach that's going to get us a result in this game. But it is going to be tough. But let's be confident. Let's be try and be as confident as we can. It's not going to be an easy game, is it? But I do think it's important. I really, really do want us to. Sorry, I seem to have dropped out. I seem to have a bit of internet issues there. I seem to have dropped out of internet, but I seem to be back now. So hopefully we'll be okay now. I don't know what happened there. The internet seems to have gone down. But anyway, we're getting quite close to kickoff now, aren't we? So I'm trying to get me stream sorted out. There's a little bit of an issue going on, but I'm sure we'll be fine. So yeah, the teams are out now. Obviously, Man City are in their away kit, which is quite a funky little pattern, isn't it? And Arsenal, of course, in the home shirt, the red shirt that I've got on. here. It looks like we're getting ready to kick off. To say the teams are out, we're ready to go. It looks as though Arsenal are going to be attacking. Actually, I can't see yet because of the camera angle hasn't quite put it on properly yet, so I can't see which end we're attacking in this first half. We'll see in a minute. But yeah, I'm pretty confident we can get something out of this game. I must admit, having seen the team lineup and stuff like that, I'm pretty confident. So Arsenal are going to be attacking the clock end in the first half, and Man City will be taking kick off, attacking. I say the North Bank. Of course, last season they were 3-0 up in about 20 minutes, weren't they? The game was all dead and dusted. It's happened a couple of times against them, so it's important we start well. We start on the front foot and we really put them under pressure and try to get the first goal. I think Pep said yesterday, didn't he, that the first goal was going to be important in this game. So Arsenal are attacking the goal to our right in this first half. Manchester City have kicked off and have just knocked the ball back to the centre back. Diaz, of course, the guy they got from Benfica. Of course, we play again, don't we, during the week? So, and of course, Otamendi went the other way, didn't he? Of course, who played against us the other night. Hector Bellingham's now got the ball on this near side for Arsenal, plays it into the centre circle to Aubameyang, but that's a poor touch from Aubameyang, really, really poor actually. Man City have picked the ball out of midfield. Kevin De Bruyne plays it out to the far side to Riyad Mahrez. He's got Tierney in front of him. Tierney holds him up well. He put his ball into the box. It was come to the far post, and Sterling doesn't quite get a good connection right there, but an early chance out for Man City inside the first minute for Raheem Sterling. He missed his kick completely. That doesn't surprise me completely, if I'm honest. But anyway, it was an early chance there for Manchester City. Wasn't a great ball from Aubameyang in the first place inside the centre circle. Gave possession away to De Bruyne. He played it out to Mahrez on the far side. His cross came to Sterling at the far post, Arsenal's right-hand side. But he didn't get a decent connection on it at all. And Arsenal managed to scramble the ball away. But it's back with Mahrez again on that far side. Again, he's faced by Kieran Tierney. Again, he plays it into the box. Header comes in and it's a goal. This time it was Sterling with a header. 1 minute, 20 seconds. Manchester City have scored already. Twice Mahrez has got a ball in from that to right-hand side. Both fell to Sterling. The first one, he didn't connect at all with it. And the second one, he's just headed into the net. And that was not what we needed at all. That's an absolutely disastrous start. We certainly didn't need to be conceding a goal this early. It was Hector Bellerin. He's run off Bellerin and actually Holding again. Holding is a really, really, really poor defender, isn't he? I don't know why everybody rates him so highly. He switches off all the time. He switched off there along with Hector Bellerin, and we're 1-0 down already. Actually, that's the score I've just got wrong on there. Getting excited, sorry. But yeah, terrible, terrible start, terrible defending, and that is an absolute disaster. It is going to be a hard watch now. I was reasonably confident beforehand, actually, Joel, but that start there has been terrible. I mean, they had a chance just before they scored, didn't they? So anyway, hopefully we can grow into this game. Sterling's now gone down injured off the side of the pitch. It was a challenge from Rob Holding. Shame we didn't get a little bit closer to him just a minute ago. Yeah, it was a very poor start. Rob Holding, for me, I'm sorry, he's just not good enough. He's not good enough. I'd much rather have David Luiz playing today. But anyway, the decision was made, and unfortunately, it's cost us that early goal, isn't it? But if we're not careful here, it's going to be like last season. We'll be wiped away. Mahrez is making Kieran Tierney look very, very silly at the minute, isn't he? He's got the ball again on that far side, and again, he's going to whip the ball in. He holds it up this time, plays it to Bernardo Silva, I think it is, out on that far side. Man City, we haven't even got out of our half yet. First 3 minutes, not what we really needed in this game. We needed a fast start. We needed to get a foothold in this game. And, the worst case was we needed to keep it 0-0 for 20 minutes. Anyway. The ball is finally in the Manchester City half, although it was more Manchester City that put it there. And now they're looking to get a break on again. Mahrez picked up the ball very deep this time. It was a great cross, actually. 2 great crosses from Mahrez in those opening couple of minutes. One led to the goal and one led to a chance just before, which Sterling missed. So, yeah, really, really poor start this has been from Arsenal. we're just sitting back. We're inviting pressure onto us now. And if we're not careful, I say this game's going to run away from us very quickly, as it has done in previous seasons in this fixture. Well, yeah, we do need to learn. We need to learn quickly, but I just think some of the players, we had to rest a few players. I accept that. I personally would have maybe gone a bit stronger, but I understand we need to rest players, but the players just aren't good enough, some of them. That's the problem. You know, if a player like Holding and Bellerin, experienced players in the sense they've played a lot of games, if they aren't going to learn by now, they're never going to learn, are they? Morris again's got the ball. Again, he's made Kieran Tierney look silly. Cross comes in, but Arsenal do manage to clear that one away. Kieran Tierney hasn't played for a while. It's maybe showing in these early stages. Well, yeah, it's terrible. You know, we made 3 changes in our back 4 before the game started, and that's what happens. You know, if you're going to make changes to the team, to me, you make changes more in the further up the pitch. You don't change virtually your entire defence. And Man City are in again. Again, it's Sterling. Is he going to get a shot away? No, he hasn't. He took too long, thankfully. And Leno's come out and grabbed the ball at his feet. We're making Sterling look like Ronaldo at the moment. Just goes to show how terrible we are. He put Bellerin on his backside, and then he should have shot actually, but he didn't. It was De Bruyne with the ball through, ripped us apart. Bellerin and Holding, a pair of them 2 clowns, got nowhere near him. Luckily, he wasn't able to get a shot away, and Leno has come and grabbed the ball. Now Arsenal maybe getting their first attack going with Aubameyang down that far side, but he's easily muscled out of it there. And it's going to be a throw to Man City, which Cancelo's going to take, the right back. He's been in great form, hasn't he, for Manchester City this season. He's got the ball again, but that's a strange ball actually. But Bellerin just about beat Sterling to it, but it's come to Zinchenko on this near side. And it's played back to Diaz. But Arsenal just need to settle themselves down now. Don't let this game run away from us. We've got to keep ourselves in it. You know, when it's 1-0, we've still got a chance because we have got players in this team capable of getting a goal. They haven't really had a kick yet, but you know, it is still early days. But Man City are just at the moment toying with us, if we're totally honest. Mahrez again. And Man City, they've got the ball back in the defence. It's with Ruben Diaz coming forward towards halfway. Plays the ball into De Bruyne, who lays it off to Fernandinho. That's a good ball. A little bit of space there for Bernardo Silva. Plays it out wide to Mahrez again. This time Mahrez out there. Cuts inside Mahrez. Gets past him too easily. Shot's deflected and it's deflected away for a corner. But Mahrez again down that right-hand side is causing us all sorts of problems. The shot there was deflected off Kieran Tierney. It's gone behind for a corner to Manchester City. It's hard to be positive at the minute, Kevin, watching this. We're just being made to look stupid, aren't we? We've only been playing 7 minutes. De Bruyne now on the edge of the box. Tried to curl a shot in, but it's harmlessly wide. But this has probably been the hardest 7 minutes that we've had this season, actually. It's been embarrassing, I've got to be honest. But anyway, let's hope. I say it's only 1-0. And while it's only 1-0, there's still a chance, isn't there? Because it only takes, as Brian Clough once said, it only takes a second to score a goal. You know, a set piece or some bit of magic, you know, from Saka or from Odegaard or even Aubameyang, who had a poor game in midweek, of course. But he just got a hat-trick against Leeds, of course, didn't he? Which last week. So it's not like he should have some confidence. But we played it out from the back there. Leno was put under pressure, but now we're coming forward. Saka's got the ball for the first time, finds Tierney down the left-hand side, gone over halfway, plays it back into Saka. This is our first real decent attack. Saka now, what can he do? Plays a ball across to the far side towards Nicolas Pepe. I don't think he's had a touch yet. He has now, but Zinchenko there took the ball off him and kept it in, but it's fell to El Neni, 25 yards out. El Neni looked like he was maybe thinking about a shot. Instead, he's found Bellerin. This is better from Arsenal. At least we're getting a foot on the ball now. We're pushing Manchester City back. Xhaka's very central, plays it out to the far side to Kieran Tierney. Can he whip across in his normally great delivery? It's blocked. It's gone out for a throw into Arsenal just by the corner flag. A little bit better this from Arsenal. We finally got a couple of passes strung together. And I think if we can keep doing that, you never know. But it's going to be a throw now to Arsenal. Tierney takes on that far side. The referee there, Jonathan Moss, wasn't particularly happy with where the throw was taken from, although in actual fact he took it from about 10 yards further back than he could have done. Anyway, so it is right near the corner flag on that far side. Kieran Tierney with this throw. He's looking for a bit of movement, which isn't really forthcoming. Saka tries to make some space for him, but Tierney still hasn't really got any options to where to throw it. Instead, he comes to Aubameyang and then gets it back, plays it back to Xhaka. Arsenal have kept this quite well, actually. He's come back to Rob Holding inside the centre circle. At least we're keeping possession of the ball. Mari there does well into El Neni. And to Tierney again. This is better from Arsenal. Saka now turns away. This is good from Bukayo Saka. Plays it inside to Odegaard. Oh, he was looking for Pepe there. First time ball, but he didn't quite get it right. And Man City can clear the ball away. And now they're going to look dangerous on a counter-attack. Saka gets back in but gives away a free kick. Probably a good free kick to give away, actually, from Saka there. But it's been better from Arsenal the last couple of minutes there. We kept possession of the ball. Odegaard there tried to feed the ball through to Nicolas Pepe. He didn't quite get hold of it properly. And Ruben Diaz was able to cut it out. But I say that was much better from Arsenal. Much better that was. Let's hope that can be a sign of things to come. Of course, you remember the League Cup game here against Manchester City in December where we conceded an early goal and then we did come back and get a level by half-time before, of course, a bit of a goalkeeping disaster in the second half. But we certainly need to keep this at 1-0. We need to score the next goal in this game. And then you never know. The balls are currently back with Bernd Leno from Pablo Mari, and he goes long, but he only reaches the centre circle where Fernandinho wins a header. But Arsenal now coming forward again with Saka, but Fernandinho holds him up. And then Man City again, just keeping the ball. It's going to be a free kick there, actually, a foul on Mahrez. Actually, he's not. He's just going to play on. But Mahrez is still down. He's picking himself up now. And Manchester City knock the ball back to goalkeeper Edison. Now Man City coming forward again. Cancelo drops the ball off and then gets it back. Now it's with Ruben Diaz driving forward towards halfway. Ball cut out there by Pepe. That's his first real involvement. Tries to get it back from Saka, but it wasn't a great pass. Pepe looks a little bit frustrated with that. You can understand why. It wasn't a great ball back to him there. Zinchenko's got it for Manchester City on this near side. He plays it in to Gundogan and he gets it back. Manchester City now just keeping patient. Gundogan now on this near side. He's got Sterling ahead of him. Instead he cuts back to De Bruyne and then gets it back and plays it back to Zinchenko. Nice triangles this from Manchester City. Gundogan again. Not in any hurry to move the ball forward at the minute, Man City. Just keeping possession in midfield. Just knocking it around. Arsenal aren't really pressing with too much energy at the moment. Now Stones has got the ball on the far side and De Bruyne just gets it back. We're just letting Man City have the ball. We put him under no pressure whatsoever. But then we do win the ball back there. Xhaka intercepts that pass from De Bruyne. And now he finds Pepe. Bellerin steaming ahead outside him. He's got the ball now. Bellerin. Can he find Pepe again? Wasn't a great ball, actually. Sterling's covered well. And then it goes out for a goal kick. So Sterling done well there defensively. Of course, it's his goal that separates the teams. He generally does score against us, doesn't he? There's a cross there from Mahrez and a free header. Terrible defending from Arsenal. What Holding and Bellerin were doing there, I do not know. The more you see it, the worse it gets, actually. He actually went ahead of he even went ahead of the cross and had to come back on himself, and he had time to do that. I mean, Sterling's, 5'8", is he? To get a free header, he's, 8 yards out from goal. Dreadful, dreadful defending. But anyway, Arsenal have been a bit brighter in these last 5 minutes. Pepe now's got the ball on his near side, finds El Neni, and now it's with Bellerin. Bellerin just plays it back into Granit Xhaka. Yeah, no, it was a great cross, but how can you allow a 5'8" player to get in between your two defenders and get a free header in from that close range? Surely somebody's got to. We've got to defend that better. Holding and Bellerin between, and one of them's got to take control of that cross and at least block Sterling off, make it difficult for him. He got ahead of the ball and he even had a chance to step back and readjust himself. I just think it's terrible defending. Yeah, it was a great cross. It was a very good cross. But if it had been a big 6'4" centre forward on the end of it, you could say fair enough. But it wasn't. It's 5'8" Sterling. You know, with that much time that close to goal to get his header in, it's just terrible, terrible defending. But anyway, it's gone now. We are behind. What we need to do is build on this slightly brighter play that we've had in the last 5 minutes or so. We've certainly looked a lot better. We've certainly settled down anyway after that absolutely dreadful start. Anyway, Leno's got the ball, currently goes long towards halfway towards Aubameyang. Again, it's not a great touch off by Aubameyang, is it? That's a couple of times he's done that now. And it's found Zinchenko on his near side for Manchester City, finds De Bruyne. Rob Holding comes in on him, but he stepped out of defence and there was a gap behind him. But luckily, the ball goes all the way back to Ruben Diaz into Sterling. Now he's got a bit of space. De Bruyne again pings the ball through towards Gundogan, but it's overhit and it's gone out for a goal kick. He might have been offside, actually, Gundogan, and I'm not sure. I'm going to show a replay of it now. I think he might well have been offside. Yeah, he would have been. I think he would have been given offside anyway. But the ball was there's too much on it. It's gone out for a goal kick. Going to be Leno to take this goal kick. He goes long, actually, towards the far side, towards Kieran Tierney, headed it on. But John Stones there was able to clear it up and finds Ruben Diaz. And now the ball's back with Ederson in goal for Manchester City. Team that doesn't concede many goals. It's not ideal going behind so early, is it? But I say we seem to have settled. We seem to have settled down a little bit better now. We looked a little bit brighter. And I say maybe from about the 10th minute onwards, we've been a lot better. But we still haven't really threatened the Manchester City goal at all yet. But at least we have strung together a few good passes and we've had a little bit more possession of the ball, which I think is important. Ederson now is just coming outside the penalty area, plays it into the feet of Bernardo Silva, pings it back to Ruben Diaz. Man City are really comfortable in possession, whatever area of the pitch they are. Diaz now strides forward. He's over halfway. It's a good run from the defender. Finds Mahrez on that far side, but he plays it back to John Stones. Inside the centre circle he is now, to Fernandinho. Sterling now on this near touchline. Fernandinho again. So Man City at the moment just passing it around pretty comfortably. I say we're not really putting them under too much pressure. We're allowing them to knock the ball around. Stones now inside the centre circle. He's got 10 yards in front of him. And he strides into that space. Plays it out to the far side to Bernardo Silva. He's got Mahrez in front of him. Mahrez was offside. The linesman flagged already, although Mahrez then stopped running, but he stopped running after the flag had gone up. So you can understand why the play's been stopped, although he didn't, in the end, go to play the ball. They're showing a goal from the other angle now. Mahrez lofted the ball in. I mean, that is terrible defending. I mean, 6 yards out he is. And anyway, it's gone now. But Arsenal are coming forward on this near side with Nicolas Pepe. He lets the ball run across him. He's faced with Zinchenko and Sterling, but he finds Bellerin. Bellerin plays it inside to Odegaard. It's not really been on the ball much, Odegaard, yet. If we're going to cut back into this game, surely we need more. We need to get him in this game a lot more. Saka now picked up that loose header from Diaz. He plays it to Kieran Tierney on his left-hand side. Saka gets it again. Oh, he's in the 6-yard box. It was Aubameyang in front of the goalkeeper. Was that going in? Saka's shot. Aubameyang was in the way of the shot there. I think he was offside, but it was Saka there. Played a lovely 1-2 with Tierney. Gets the shot back. He was offside, Aubameyang. I don't think it was going in, but anyway, I think Aubameyang was trying to turn it in, but I don't know quite what he was doing there. Yeah, no, we are getting back into it. Yeah, I say we've been a lot brighter. Probably last 10 minutes. Probably I would say we have looked a lot brighter. That was better there, wasn't it? With Saka, picked up that loose header actually from Diaz. Played a good 1-2 with Tierney, and then he took a shot which. I'm not quite sure what Aubameyang was doing, whether he thought he could turn it home or I don't know what he was doing. Anyway, he was offside. But it has been better from Arsenal. Let's hope that we can keep this going. Odegaard now has got the ball inside the centre circle. We need to get him on it, don't we? A lot further up the pitch. And maybe he can open up this Manchester City defence, who, of course, haven't conceded that many goals at all, have they, this season, let alone in recent weeks. Although, of course, they did concede in midweek against Everton, didn't they? An equaliser in that game before they went on and won. So let's hope we can score the next goal. I think that's going to be massively important. hold his head, just giving the ball away. Now it's back into Sterling on this near side. He's got a little bit of space. Oh, he tries to find De Bruyne, but there's a misunderstanding between the two there. The ball's going out for a goal kick. That kind of sums up Sterling more for me. But anyway, he has got the goal again against us. He's got a knack of scoring goals, hasn't he, against Arsenal? And he's got one in this game as well. Inside 2 minutes it was to put Manchester City ahead. It's definitely going to be made it a lot more difficult for us now, hasn't it? But the good thing is there is plenty of time left, and I say we've shown a lot more positive signs in the last 10 minutes. This is good as well. Tierney now down his left-hand side, released by Saka. Can he get the ball into the box? He's closed down well there. He took it out there. It was Cancelo actually that defended well against him there, and in the end, Tierney's taken the ball out for a goal kick to Manchester City. But again, it was better from Arsenal. Saka then put in Tierney down his left-hand side and Arsenal's left-hand side. They linked up well together there. They've linked up well a couple of times actually. Tierney and Saka down the left. Anyway, now Manchester City are coming forward with Zinchenko. They've got a break here. Sterling's free on this near side. Instead, it's De Bruyne. He's got runners, but Rob Holding did well there to hold him up. But it's come to Sterling on this near side. De Bruyne tried to play the ball through, but Xhaka's covered and it's gone away through to Bernd Leno. I don't know where Rob Holding was going there. He was off on a little journey, almost playing in midfield, and Xhaka ended up coming in behind him and covering. But Xhaka's now got the ball very deep, finds Rob Holding. And now El Neni almost in a central defensive position, looking for some movement. There isn't much. So instead he just goes square to Rob Holding. And that was a loose ball again, but he has managed to find Kieran Tierney inside our own penalty area. And it's gone to Bernd Leno. He clips the ball forward here towards Bellerin. He's got a bit of time on his near side, Hector Bellerin. He drifts inside, plays it into Aubameyang. And again, it's a terrible touch from Aubameyang. He's been absolutely awful so far in this game. I don't know quite what's happened. He was terrible against Benfica. And this is just a week after that hat-trick against Leeds. I'm not quite sure what's going on. I thought he was going to be back to his best after that. But the Benfica game, he was dreadful. So far today, he's been dreadful. I don't think he's managed to hold on to the ball any time he's had it so far. Gundogan now very deep for Manchester City, central position, plays it to Cancelo, who's bursting forward down that far side. It was John Stones, sorry, who came forward there. The ball is now back with Cancelo, and he plays it inside to Fernandinho now, into Sterling, very central. Now Zinchenko out wide. De Bruyne is now on this near touchline. Zinchenko again plays it back to Fernandinho. Man City again keeping possession of the ball, controlling the play. Played into Gundogan. I don't know if you can hear me. Seems to have a few issues going on. I don't know if it's just you Kevin. I can't seem to get any internet at the moment. I'm having trouble. I don't know if you can hear me. Just my internet keeps going down. I don't know if it is YouTube or if it's just literally my internet. I'm not really sure at the moment. I'm going to keep trying to see if I can come back. But this is not looking great, is it? But anyway, bear with me. I'm sure we'll get somewhere in a minute. This isn't exactly what the plan was for this game at all. It's not gone to plan at all so far, is it? But anyway, it seems to be a camera issue or connection issue with my camera, I think, more than anything else. I'll keep trying and see if we can come back with you. I've got a picture now for the game, so I can actually, at least I can see the game, if nothing else. It is still 1-0 anyway, which is good, I suppose. Well, it isn't good, but at least it isn't any more than 1-0. I think that's what I'm talking about. But yeah, for some reason the camera is not connecting to the computer for some unknown reason. Oh, well, at least that one's working anyway. Anyway, Arsenal now suddenly coming forward down that far side with Kieran Tierney. Tries a shot from distance, but it's straight at Edison, and it is still 1-0. And at least I've got a picture back. I don't know what's going on with the other camera, but anyway, not to worry. And Man City now on a counter-attack. Kevin De Bruyne finds Mahrez out on his far side. It is still 1-0 to Manchester City. Nearly 30 minutes gone. Looks like we're all back up and running again for the time being anyway. Internet seems to be working again. And at least I've got a picture on. De Bruyne then put a cross in. Rob Holding cleared it away. But it is back with Kevin De Bruyne. Now John Stones finds Zinchenko. And now it's with Sterling on this near side. It's back with Zinchenko. Oh, I'm back now. Yeah, hopefully the stream on YouTube's playing as well. I'm not sure what's been happening with it all. Everything just disappeared on me for about 5 minutes there. But anyway, I do seem to be working again now. I've had a bit of problems with the internet actually the last couple of weeks. I might need to get a new internet provider maybe. I've got it with Sky Internet actually, which I didn't really want, but Virgin Media have just laid cables in the area, so it might be worth looking into perhaps getting them. I don't know if that might be any more reliable, because I say last couple of weeks I've noticed I've had a few issues with the internet, keeps going down. So maybe that might be the way forward. Get Virgin on the case. We'll see. But anyway, it is still 1-0 City. 32 minutes gone nearly. So I did miss maybe 5 minutes of the game there when I couldn't get a stream up. But anyway, we're back now. I say Zinchenko's now got the ball from Man City down this near side, plays it in to Bernardo Silva, and he plays it square to John Stones, striding forward into the Arsenal half. He's held up briefly, but he does give it back to Bernardo Silva, and he plays it out wide to Cancelo and gives it back to John Stones. Again, Man City quite comfortable in possession of the ball. Now Fernandinho's got it. He finds Zinchenko on his near side. He nearly treads on the ball, actually, and Pepe nearly takes it off him. But Man City do keep possession. They've done that well in this first half. John Stones again striding forward. That's a good run, actually. Tries to dink a ball over the top to Sterling on this near side. He's got it in front of El Neni. He needs a bit of support now. He's got it with De Bruyne. De Bruyne plays it back to Zinchenko. He's got time to get a cross in, but Tierney heads it away. Saka then heads it down to Xhaka. This was good play, this from Arsenal now. Can we get a counter-attack going? Granit Xhaka finds Bukayo Saka on the far side. Back into Granit Xhaka. We didn't maybe make the most of that, actually. We won the ball. Looked like we had a chance to make a quick counter-attack, but we slowed it down a little bit too much. Man City have now got everyone back behind the ball. And it's back with Pablo Mari, who's back in the side today. He's not played for a while, has he? Pinged into midfield there, but Granit Xhaka's lost out to Fernandinho. This is a chance for Manchester City. Gundogan, Holding did well there, actually, to get back and block the shot. But he hasn't cleared it very far. It's De Bruyne. I think it might have been a foul by Xhaka, but Fernandinho's picked the ball up. Now it's Bernardo Silva into the penalty area, but he's lost the ball. And Arsenal can now get it clear with Kieran Tierney. Yeah, City probably will score again. It's just, I suppose, when that's going to happen, really. But while it's 1-0, I said it before, while it's 1-0, you just never know, dear. You look at the Benfica game the other night, looked like we were dominating that game, and then, they get one chance, a short corner, a penalty, and they score. So you never know, dear. While it's still 1-0, I'm going to keep hoping that maybe we can get a chance and get a goal. And suddenly it puts a completely different perspective on the game, doesn't it? We're coming forward down this left-hand side, far side with Bukayo Saka. He was held up by John Stones. Actually, it's been given as a free kick to Rob Holding there. Actually, I just on a replay of that, he put Granit Xhaka in real trouble with that pass. I think Rob Holding's had a terrible first half. He did get back and make the block, but I say I'm not convinced by Rob Holding at all. I just don't think he's good enough for what we need. You can see how shaky we've looked defensively without the experience of David Luiz. I know people criticise him, but I think he's been our most consistent defender this season. We haven't got Gabriel either, who, of course, has a decent first season with us as well. Granit Xhaka now slightly on that far side finds Tierney right on the touchline. He's forced backwards to Granit Xhaka again, but at least Arsenal keeping a bit of possession here. 10 minutes until half-time. It is still only that early goal separating the sides. El Neni then plays it to this near side to Bellerin. Can he get a cross in? He does get a cross in. Aubameyang won the header, but he didn't really go with it. In that falls to Granit Xhaka on the edge of the box. Bukayo Saka inside there. He didn't quite get a good touch, but he has found Kieran Tierney. Whipped across into the far post. Oh, and Odegaard come in. Ball ran away from him, but that was pretty much as good as it's been for Arsenal in this first half, actually. Saka there just let the ball run away from him, and he did find Tierney. Tierney whips it into the far post, and Odegaard coming in, couldn't quite get it under control. If he'd managed to get it under control, he could have maybe forced it back. It was on his right foot. Not his strongest, of course. But he made a good break into the area there, actually. A late run into the area. That's something that, with midfield, that we need our midfield to do, don't we? Make them runs into the box. And he did. Unfortunately, I say he couldn't quite get it under control. But that was a bit better from Arsenal. Again, at least we're getting some possession now inside the Man City half again. We had a little spell a bit earlier in the half And now we're doing it again. And let's hope that we can, we can create a real good opportunity, because we haven't had a decent opportunity yet, have we, in this game? We haven't managed to test Edison at all. There was one shot straight at him, and that was about it, really. But now Tierney's in down this far side again. He's held up briefly by Cancelo, but he's still got the ball. He's got Saka in front of him. He gives it to Saka. Played it into Granit Xhaka now, just on the edge of the penalty area. He tried to feed the ball through. Bellerin wins it on that far side, but Man City again can deal with it. It's now Raheem Sterling on this near side for City. El Neni pressing high up the pitch, actually. Better this from Arsenal. Aubameyang's now pressing as well. It's gone all the way back though to Edison, who's got plenty of time just to roll the ball to John Stones. Man City just keeping comfortable possession now at the back again. John Stones again coming up into the Arsenal half, plays it out to the far side to Bernardo Silva, and he plays it back to Cancelo. Now John Stones crosses into the Arsenal half, plays it square to Zinchenko. But Man City just knocking the ball around comfortably again. What they do well, isn't it? They kind of wear teams down with this, I suppose. Arsenal aren't really pressing too much though, and suddenly Diaz comes out, but Aubameyang does well, but then Diaz fouls him, although I thought actually he won the ball, to be fair. It was given as a foul. Aubameyang's down. But it's going to be a free kick to Arsenal anyway. Initially, Aubameyang won the ball off Ruben Diaz. Done well, actually. And then Diaz he did catch him, actually, as he tried to win the ball back. Good decision by the referee. Yeah, he did catch him. It is going to be a free kick to Arsenal. So Arsenal got a free kick. So it plays into Rob Holding's now got the ball. Goes back to El Neni, who's in a centre-back area at the moment. Finds Rob Holding again. Arsenal working out from the press really well now. Bellerin down his near side. He's got Pepe outside him. He's held up briefly and comes backwards to Odegaard. Odegaard tries to ping the ball across to the left-hand side. Anyway, Xhaka's won it back now. Saka. Tierney's in a lot of space outside. There's Tierney on the fullback. Plays it in towards the near post. It's defended well by Man City, and I don't think Arsenal are going to quite get a corner out of this. But it is going to be a throw on the far side. That was better. Yeah, they're not picking Tierney up. He's got a lot of space on that far side, hasn't he? Saka did well. Found Tierney. Tried to drill it into the near post. Odegaard was coming in again, actually, but Manchester City did deal with it. Bellerin there tried to win the ball back, but it's gone out for a throw to Man City on this near side. There's been a few bright spells for Arsenal, actually, in this first half. We still haven't quite managed to get an actual clear-cut opportunity to score, but there's been some better moments from Arsenal. We've played some good passing at times. We've got ourselves into some decent areas, particularly down that far side, Arsenal's left. But we haven't quite managed to find the right final ball yet to really get this opportunity that we need to get the goal. Anyway, it's a throw now to Arsenal. Bellerin's taking it on his near side. He's gone back to Rob Holding just about 5 yards inside the City half. And Xhaka now finds El Neni on this near touchline. Again, we're forced backwards. Rob Holding's now got it, plays it forward to Saka, just inside the City half now on that far side. Finds Tierney again. He's done really well, actually. Gets past the challenge now. Can he put the ball in? Again, it's not a good delivery. It's low in towards the near post, and Fernandinho clears it, but it's going to be a corner. But Tierney's done well on that left-hand side. Just sometimes his final ball's not quite been up to standards so far. That was a low ball into the penalty area, which was easily defended by Fernandinho, but it's going to be a corner to Arsenal. 5 minutes until half-time. Let's see if we can get a goal here. Could be a massive difference to this game if we can score before half-time. Pepe's in at the near post. He now makes a run out. It's going to be Odegaard with the corner. Flicked on by Xhaka into the 6-yard box, but Zinchenko headed it away. Much better corner that from Arsenal. We've struggled from set pieces, actually. in recent games, but that was a much better corner from Odegaard. It's flicked on at the near post by Granit Xhaka. Shades of George Graham's Arsenal there. We had nobody coming in behind him to get the final touch, and it was Zinchenko who managed to clear it for City, but that was a much better corner from Arsenal. Just goes to show, doesn't it, how tight sometimes these margins are in games. You know, one little set piece like that and we could get an opportunity and get a goal, and suddenly the whole game could turn. But the most important thing is that we certainly don't concede another one before half time, or that's going to make the second half really, really, really difficult. But anyway, Man City are coming forward now. Kevin De Bruyne on that far side, whips the ball in right away across, nobody there, and it's going to go out for a goal kick. Leno just let it go over his head. You can maybe tell De Bruyne has not played much in recent weeks. He's not quite up to speed, is he? Some of his passing has not been quite there. Probably just as well he's not actually, or we could have been struggling a lot more in this game anyway. Bellerin now on his near side. As Arsenal look to beat the Man City press. That's a good ball actually to Odegaard. He's finally got a little bit of space. Plays the ball back to Bellerin. Now he finds El Neni. Keeps possession of the ball despite being challenged by Fernandinho. What's this? 2.5 minutes till half time. Can we get a goal back? Can we get the equaliser before half time? That'd be fantastic, wouldn't it? Saka now, a little bit of space on his left hand side. It wasn't a great ball to Tierney. Can he get there? He can. Whips the ball in towards Aubameyang, but it's easily cleared again by the City defence. That wasn't a bad ball actually. No one really attacked it. Aubameyang was on his heels really, and John Stones was able to get in front of him and get the header away. But Arsenal still got the ball. Granit Xhaka now. Again, he's looking for a bit of movement, and he's forced backwards to Pablo Mari. Now pings it into Rob Holding inside the centre circle, and then on to El Neni. Man City keeping their shape well. Arsenal need to stretch him a little bit more. Need to move the ball quicker, or move it forward quicker anyway. Rob Holding now tries to play a ball over the top towards Hector Bellerin. He flicks it onto Nicolas Pepe now. He's got a little bit of space on the edge of the penalty area. Plays it back into Bellerin. Oh, it was well cleared by Gundogan. Comes back to Pepe. It's into the side netting. That was a little bit better again from Arsenal. Down his right-hand side, it was a ball from Rob Holding. It was flicked on by Bellerin. It found Pepe. He suddenly had a little bit of space. Very tight angle. He tried to find it, feed Bellerin. Gundogan got back in. It did fall to Pepe again on the right-hand side. And he took a first-time shot into the side net from a very tight angle. Needed to come across the goal, if anything. And it went wide. But that was a little bit better from Arsenal. At least we finally got a shot at goal. We haven't had a shot at goal for a while in this game, have we? So this is better. Rob Holding now strides forward from the back for Arsenal. Goes out again to Kieran Tierney on that far side. He's seeing a lot of the ball, isn't he? Most of our attacks are coming down that side of the pitch. Saka again. Finds Tierney again on that far side. What's the delivery like this time? Cuts back inside to Granit Xhaka. Plays the ball into the box, but again it's cleared by Man City. It wasn't the greatest ball actually in. Odegaard there was shut down, but Bellerin's picked the ball up, finds El Neni, and it is now back with Rob Holding. Edison comes out and clears the ball away there. Oh yeah, Saka's amazing, isn't he? You know, every single week he's I think he's getting better actually, isn't he? Better and better every single game. He's now, to me, he's the first name on the team sheet. You know, he's got to be in the running for Young Player of the Year. I know Phil Foden's going to win it, but surely Saka's got to be in the running for that, isn't he? I'm sure it's just him and Foden probably been the best two young players in the Premier League this season by a mile, haven't they? So yeah, he's fantastic, isn't he? No, we are playing well in terms of we're keeping possession. I think Man City look pretty comfortable though. I don't feel as though the goals come or anything like that. But I say you never know, a set piece or something like that. We've certainly kept possession of the ball a lot better in the final maybe 20 minutes of this first half. There's only going to be 1 minute of stoppage time, which we're into now. Can we get one more chance just before half time to get level? Odegaard now has got a little bit of space. He finds Pepe on his near side. Just comes into the penalty area. Pepe does a couple of step overs. Plays the ball into the 6-yard box. Cleared away there well by Ruben Diaz, but it only finds Bellerin. Bellerin plays it back to Granit Xhaka. Can he get across? He can, but again, it's a poor ball, easily headed away by John Stones. The final ball into the box hasn't been good enough from Arsenal. We're not having many opportunities. Xhaka wins the ball back, but he's given away a free kick. He looks a bit frustrated by that. I'm not sure who's down there for City. Oh, it's Gundogan. Gundogan went to clear the ball, and Xhaka just got his foot there and actually won the ball. I'm not quite sure that was a free kick, really. He did maybe catch Gundogan slightly, but it was more Gundogan that kicked him. But anyway, it's a free kick to City now. This will probably be the last action of the first half. I think Edison's going to take it. I suppose overall, you look at the way the game started, the first 5 to 10 minutes, we were all over the place. And that was maybe the time that Man City could have killed it off, and they didn't. And luckily, we're still in this game at 1-0. Edison then takes that free kick, and it is half-time. The half-time whistle goes. So it has finished 1-0 at half-time. To be fair, I say that isn't necessarily a total disaster, is it, when you think about how we started the game? Sterling gave City the lead in, less than 2 minutes played. And we're under the cosh at that stage, and it was looking as though it was going to be a very, very difficult game for us. But we've dug in. We've got a foothold in the game. We've had a couple of good spells of possession, not really had a good opportunity yet, but we're still in it, and I think that's the most important thing. Actually, funny you mentioned that, Kevin, about merchandise. There's something that I'm thinking of doing, getting some T-shirts and baseball caps and stuff like that with the logo on and that kind of thing. It is something that I'm definitely looking at doing in the future. Not quite at this moment in time, but it is something that's going to be coming up in the pipeline over the next few months. It's definitely something on the agenda. I've been looking into it. I guess it's all to do with demand as well, isn't it? I mean, the fact that you've mentioned it means that it's something that obviously interests you, which is great. So I might put a few feelers out and see what the general feeling is, whether or not it's stuff that people would want. I'm certainly thinking of getting some stuff done for me to wear on the show with my logo on and that kind of stuff, a baseball cap maybe or something like that. So yeah, it's something that's in the pipeline for the future, definitely. Joseph, we've done well to keep the score at 1-0. Well, we have in a way, and I kind of agree with that. I think Man City have maybe took their foot off the gas a little bit, and maybe that's partly because we've just upped it slightly. But at this moment in time, I certainly don't feel that we look as though we're going to be scoring a goal anytime soon in the second half. But we've got some guys on the bench who can come on. Martinelli, of course, Lacazette as well. So we've got some options, haven't we, to come on in the second half. And yeah, I'm reasonably happy that we've kept it at 1-0, because I say the first 5 to 10 minutes, I was worried that we were going to get absolutely hammered. And luckily we've settled down. And yes, it's not been great, but then we are playing against the best team in the country by quite some distance. So I don't suppose we can be too surprised about how the game's gone so far. But yeah, I want to see us in the second half. I really want to see us just improve our final ball, because we've got into some good areas, haven't we? Tierney's had some good areas on the left hand side. Maybe the final ball's not been great, and when we have put a good ball in, we haven't had anybody bursting their gut to get there and get on the end of it. Aubameyang's been very poor for me. I would think about getting Lacazette on instead. At least Lacazette gives us a little bit more energy. He can hold the ball up better, so that's an option for me. But yeah, overall, I'm not too dissatisfied. I know it sounds strange when we're 1-0 down, but it could be worse. It could have been worse, and luckily it isn't. And thanks for watching, Michael. Thanks for your comments as well. Always good to see you. Hope you're well. So yeah, I mean, it could be a lot worse. So I suppose we've got to be reasonably satisfied that we're still in this game, and I think it's important that we are, because, as I said before, you can score a goal at any time with a set piece or with one little bit of quality, and we haven't quite had that yet, have we? I say the final ball's been lacking a little bit, but we have still got 45 minutes left. We can still get something from this game. I mean, my prediction was 1-1 in my video yesterday, so that's still obviously a possibility, isn't it? But I do feel the next goal is going to be crucial in this game. I think if City get a second, then I fear that it's going to go away from us quite quickly, and it could end up 3 or 4. But if we can somehow manage to get ourselves level, then it's going to be a completely different game, isn't it? And who knows, maybe we can get the result that we so desperately need. Because remember, the last 2 longest winning runs that Pep's had in his managerial career were both ended by Arsenal. So maybe it can be third time again. We can get this goal, get a draw at least, and I'd be reasonably satisfied with that. I think we all would after the start that we had. But yeah, we've improved as the half's gone on, and hopefully we can continue that into the second half, and I say just get a better quality final ball in. Oh, you got your first guest on, have you, Joe? Yeah, no, I'd more than be happy to come on, yeah, as a guest on your channel. Yeah, that sounds good. I'm sure we can get something sorted out. And yeah, no, that sounds good. Yeah, definitely something I'd like to do for you. No problem. Yeah, just let me know when you want to do it, and I'm sure if I've got the time to do it, I'll definitely do it. Yeah. What I'll do then, as it's half time, I'm going to go and get myself a drink and something to eat, and get ready for what could be. I still think it could be a big second half. I'm not quite giving up yet. You know, it is only 1-0. We're still in it, so I'm going to go and have a breather for 5 minutes, and I'll be back with the second half, and hopefully an Arsenal goal and an Arsenal result. That would be so nice, wouldn't it, if we can pull it off. But yeah, so stay tuned, and I'll be back in the other side of this. Hello, Ian. I'm back. Just got a drink and get ready for the second half. So let's hope we can. I think we might make a couple of changes. Actually, we got some good options on the bench, haven't we? With Smith Rowe, Martinelli, Lacazette. No doubt Willian will come on first, but anyway, we'll see what happens. But yeah, I mean, I thought it could have been a lot worse, couldn't it? After that first 10 minutes or so, when we were literally all over the place. Luckily, we've kept ourselves in the game, which is all we can hope for. And you never know, one chance, one goal, bang, and suddenly things will look a lot brighter, won't they? But let's see what happens. Got myself a chocolate as well. Just see if there's anything going on Twitter. Any Arsenal fans upset? Difficult to know what to make of it, isn't it? When we're losing, obviously you don't want us to be losing, but I guess it could be a lot worse, couldn't it? I don't seem to be much of a meltdown yet, which is good. A few people saying Aubameyang's playing badly, which we knew. Someone put there, can we sub 8 players at the break? Don't know about that. I'll certainly think about 2. Aubameyang's offered us nowhere near enough. I think maybe Lacazette or Martinelli should come on. Can I go live through Instagram? Through Steam? I think so, yeah. I think I could just add it into one of the destinations. I haven't put it on there yet because I don't use Instagram much, but yeah, I'm assuming I probably could do, yeah. Just add it to my destinations. But I'll try it out and see. I don't see why not. Oh, there's not that much of a meltdown yet on Twitter. No doubt it's coming. So we'll see what happens with this second half anyway. See if there's any changes Arteta makes. The teams are coming out now for the second half. Man City are out now. So we'll see how the second half pans out. So the next goal in this game is going to decide it, isn't it? I think I say if City get a second, I can see this only going one way and one way only. But you never know. If we can somehow find an equaliser. Luckily, William's not coming on yet because he's just come out of the tunnel with his mask on and his dress jacket. Arteta's just having a word with Aubameyang. Hopefully he's giving him a kick up the arse. Told him to put his finger out. But the good news is we're attacking the North Bank in the second half. I know there's no crowd in. Although having said that, this season I think we've actually scored more goals at the clock end. at home. But anyway, there seems to be a few discussions with the players on the pitch. Xhaka and Mari are in discussion here, and now Xhaka and Aubameyang are as well. Hopefully we've got a plan to get ourselves back into this game. Hopefully Arteta's got a plan, but we'll see how it works out. It doesn't look like there's any changes actually from either side at half time, so it's going to be the same teams as in the first half. And it's Arsenal kicked off, so attacking the goal to our left, which is the North Bank end for those familiar with the Emirates Stadium. Of course, an empty North Bank stand, of course, as it has been all season, apart from those couple of games. Well, I don't think the North Bank was open, was it? Those couple of games, of course, before Christmas, where we did have 2,000 fans in, which actually created a really good atmosphere. And obviously, the big news tomorrow, isn't there, with the press conference from the Prime Minister to see about opening things up again. I'm hearing that possibility there could be crowds in the stadium by May. So maybe the last few games of the season, there might be some crowding, which would be great, wouldn't it? But I'm hoping I can get to at least one game this season, because this will be the first season I've not actually been to a game in the stadium for 40 years. So it'd be nice to be able to at least get one game in before the end of the season at the end, but we'll see. I guess we won't know for certain yet, will we? But we might have a little bit more of an idea tomorrow after the announcement comes on and see what happens with that. But hopefully, anyway, it'd be nice to get some fans in the stadium again, wouldn't it? You know, it's been a long time. Anyway, Arsenal now got a goal kick at the start of the second half, which Bert Leno's going to take in front of the end that would have had the Manchester City fans in under normal circumstances. I'll just play a little short ball, actually. Leno to Rob Holding, and then he pinged it out to the far side to Hector Bellerin. Just a really poor ball, actually, into Fernandinho. It wasn't a great pass to him, if you're totally honest, but there's no real excuse. Arsenal looking to build from the back again with Granit Xhaka. Actually, I thought Granit Xhaka's done okay today. That wasn't a great ball as we say that, but it was more to do with the fact that Aubameyang's not offering enough. He's just standing back and letting the defender get in front of him again. He's done that virtually all game. Don't know what's going on with Aubameyang today. He's been absolutely dreadful. But no doubt he'll pop up with the goal and all will be forgiven. But anyway, let's see what happens. Man City now coming forward down that far side. Zinchenko just coming into the penalty area. He's got Rob Holding in front of him. He finds De Bruyne. De Bruyne tries to chip Leno, but it's gone wide at the far post. First chance of the second half goes to Manchester City there. Zinchenko got clear, went past Rob Holding far too easily, cut back inside, played a little ball to Kevin De Bruyne. Just tried to dink it to the far post, but didn't quite get his angles right there. It was always going away from the goal. I don't think Leno would have got anywhere near it if it was on target, but luckily it went drifted wide, and it is still 1-0. Arsenal being pinned back actually in the start of the second half again. We're trying to play out from the back and being closed down, but Saka does well there, finds Tierney, but he plays the ball into midfield to nobody in particular, and Gundogan can get it again. We're just not getting hold of these second balls at all. We're starting the second half as we started the first half, and we know what happened there. Kevin De Bruyne now has got the ball 35 yards from goal. Actually gives it away to Odegaard. Poor ball actually from De Bruyne. I don't think he's quite been as sharp as you'd have expected. He hasn't started the game for a while, has he? So I suppose it's understandable, but I say it's probably just as well because we know what he's capable of doing when he's really on form. So, but anyway, we're still persisting with trying to play it out from the back. And we're still putting ourselves under pressure. But Leno's gone long now. Finds Aubameyang actually. But again, it's a terrible touch from Aubameyang. Hits his heel. And Manchester City pick the ball up again. Really, really poor again from Aubameyang. Really, really terrible game he's had. One of the worst performances I think I've seen from him actually. And he's had a few shockers this season. Tierney there plays the ball on to Saka now, just crossed the halfway line on this near side for Arsenal, cuts inside. He's on the left, of course, today, as opposed to the right. I'm not quite sure why that change has happened when he's been so dangerous from the right-hand side. Anyway, Pepe's out there now on the right. Just exchanged passes with Odegaard into Bellerin. Back with Xhaka. About 30 yards from goal. Pings the ball into the penalty area to Nicolas Pepe. Cuts inside. The shot's blocked. But Arsenal still pick it up again with El Neni. Half chance that was there from Arsenal. And now finds Tierney on this near side. Can he get a cross in? Again, it's not a very good ball, but it falls to the edge of the box. Comes to Odegaard inside the D. Oh, he's forced backwards again to Rob Holding. Back to Odegaard. Can he thread a little ball through? Very tight there. Man City have got a lot of players back. This is why they don't concede many goals. Because they do defend their area very well. And now they're going to have a counter-attack on. With Gundogan finds Mahrez now on his near side, faced by El Neni. Cuts inside. There's a space out of that far side for Bernardo Silva. And now Sterling. Man City have slowed the play down now. We've got everyone back. It's now John Stones, about 30 yards from goal. I'm sure he's not going to shoot, is he? If you imagine John Stones scoring from 30 yards, that would, you know, it's not going to be your day. Anyway, Arsenal have dealt with that and they're trying to come forward themselves. Odegaard knocks the ball back to Mohamed El Neni, just about 20 yards outside his own penalty area. Goes back to Rob Holding. We're playing the ball around at the back quite comfortably at times, but we're not really getting anywhere with it. Anyway, Saka now comes forward. He was fouled there by Bernardo Silva. It's actually going to be a yellow card for the Manchester City midfield player. I think it's the first yellow card of the game, isn't it? Saka just turned away from Bernardo Silva there. He did catch him a tactical foul, actually. One of them sort of tactical fouls that Man City are very good at. And yeah, he swiped. So he took a swipe at his legs and fully deserving of a yellow card. So he just got to be careful there. Arsenal now on that far side with Odegaard. Plays it back into excuse me. Plays it back into Rob Holding. Odegaard again, now back at Rob Holding just inside the centre circle. Now finds Pablo Mari. Swings it out to this near side to Kieran Tierney into Saka. Those two have linked up quite well. That's probably been our most dangerous play. Saka now going on a run. Cuts inside with his right foot. Tries a shot, but it's blocked. Falls to Odegaard on the edge of the box now. El Neni, but that's a poor pass from El Neni. And it's going to be a foul given away by Granit Xhaka. And now he's going to get a yellow card from referee John Moss as well. It's fun, isn't it, how you can go 55 minutes virtually without a yellow card. And then as soon as one yellow card's given, every single foul, then actually that was quite a silly challenge from Xhaka, to be fair, but that tends to be the way it goes, isn't it? You suddenly get 2 or 3 yellow cards for every foul after that, but that probably was worthy of one as well, to be fair. That's his 5th yellow card this season for Granit Xhaka. Of course, the suspension period's over, isn't it now? I think you need to get 10 to get suspended now. But Man City now looking to build an attack down that far side. Arsenal have got their act together in the second half a little bit more now. We've got, we've had 2 or 3 good spells of possession. We've had a couple of shots at goal from the edge of the box, which have maybe been blocked and deflected. We haven't managed to get a clear strike yet. Saka did well just a minute ago, linking up with Tierney and then getting into the penalty area and having a shot. De Bruyne now, but again, De Bruyne has not been looking that sharp, actually. Stones wins the ball ahead of Aubameyang again. Aubameyang's got to do better and try and hold the ball up. I'm not sure at what point Lacazette's going to come on. Or Martinelli, possibly. Martinelli will give them something to think about. He had a really good game, didn't he, in that League Cup tie until he got injured. He was brilliant, wasn't he? That was his first game back from his injury, and he was absolutely fantastic. So I would certainly be looking at getting him on, maybe running at that Man City defence, give them something different to think about. Of course, that game at the Emirates in the League Cup just before Christmas was one of the early games of this run that they've been on, a 17 games that winning run, isn't it? I think it was maybe the 2nd or 3rd game of that run, wasn't it? So it was obviously that's started it off really for them. No, I think Xhaka's been okay. Yeah, I think he's been playing pretty well. Yes, he's got a mistake in him. I didn't think he was that great against Benfica, but I think overall he's been solid. I think him and David Luiz actually have been 2 of our more consistent performers this season, actually. They've both been okay, haven't they? Doing okay. cutting out the silly mistakes a little bit more. And I think they've both been playing quite well. Obviously, no one's quite managed to get to the levels of Bukayo Saka in terms of consistency. But Man City now have got a chance. Oh, that was good defending there, actually. I think it was it Gundogan? But it's going to be, I think it's going to be a goal kick, is it, or a corner? It was a good play again. This time De Bruyne played a lovely ball through into Gundogan. Rob Holding's come across. I don't think Rob Holding touched the ball, did he? So it's a goal kick. Took a risk there, though. Rob Holding sliding. And Gundogan couldn't actually get the ball under control, and it is a goal kick to Arsenal. I thought he got away with that there, Rob Holding. I've seen penalties given for that. He actually done well there to block that effort there from Zinchenko as well on the edge of the box, Rob Holding. He's had a very up and down game, hasn't he? He's done some decent bits of defending, but he's also been extremely poor as well. But anyway, Odegaard now has done a good run through the midfield, held off 2 or 3 challenges. But Man City have got the ball back. We haven't really made much penetration into their box. Now Sterling cuts inside, it falls to Gundogan on the edge of the box. That's a good save from Leno. Gundogan then had a chance. He's been scoring a lot of goals this season. In fact, I think he's Manchester City's top scorer, isn't he? Just fell to him there on the edge of the box. It was Sterling initially down that far side, cut inside Bellerin. His shot was blocked again by Holding, actually, but it did fall to Gundogan on the edge of the box. And Gundogan's effort was saved by Leno, who's going into the corner. A decent save. It's a save you'd expect Leno to make, certainly in the form that he's been in recently. In particular, you'd expect him to make that, and of course he did. Pushed it around the post there. A decent save, and it's kept it at 1-0. But the sting's maybe gone out of our play slightly now, actually, in the last 5 minutes of this second half. It's all Man City now looking to get this second goal, which would obviously seal the victory. Mahrez then switches the play to the far side to Sterling, just inside the penalty area. He's got Hector Bellerin in front of him. Odegaard comes across to help as well. He's forced back a little bit when it comes to Fernandinho. Pings the ball to this near side. Cross comes in, but it's comfortable for Leno into his chest there. It was Cancelo with the ball in at the near post. I don't think he necessarily wanted it to, he intended to put it there, but it was a good piece of handling that was by Bert Leno in at the near post. And he made a good save actually just before, didn't he? He's done all right again, Bert Leno, hasn't he? He is a consistent goalkeeper. I know he started the season not in the best form, if we're honest, but I think he's grown into the season as it's gone along, and he's become as important for us as he was last season before his injury, actually. El Nani now in the centre circle, and Xhaka just exchanging passes. Now it's into Odegaard, drops deep, tried to thread it through there, but Man City shut the door. Gundogan it was, and now Sterling trying to get away from Odegaard, who had his arms around him, held him up, but the referee says play on. Man City still have possession of the ball with Gundogan, and he finds Cancelo and he plays it back to John Stones. We haven't really had any opportunities in the second half, really, shots on target or anything like that. We had a couple of shots blocked from the edge of the box really early in the half, but since then the game's settled down into a pattern it did in the early stage of the first half as well. Lots of Manchester City possession, but we're defending it pretty well, actually. They've had that one real good opportunity there for Gundogan, which produced a save from Leno. Other than that, we've kept them fairly well at arm's length so far in this second half, but we're not making too many inroads to getting this equaliser, which is which is what we need to be doing. Rob Holding now comes out from the back. Actually, that's a great ball to this near side to Tierney. He's got a little bit of space, but the ball just runs away from him there, and Mahrez comes back, takes it off him, and then plays it back to Edison, who's not had a lot to do in this game, has he, Edison? We've certainly not had too many shots for him to worry about, that's for certain. He's got the ball again at his feet, and he goes long towards halfway. Mahrez wins a header against Tierney, but it falls to Mario. Does well actually under pressure from De Bruyne. Tierney's now got the ball. We've only had one shot on target in this match. Can't remember who had that actually. Anyway, Man City have only had 3, so it's not like they've been peppering our goal either. But this is a good ball from Xhaka to Tierney on this near side. Arsenal's left. Finds Saka. Saka was looking to give it back to Tierney, but he's held up a little bit. Comes back and he finds Xhaka again. So I thought Xhaka's played well. There's a good ball there actually from Xhaka to Saka. Suddenly now we've got a little bit of space. He plays Tierney and then it's left hand side. What's the cross like? Oh, it was a terrible cross. It's gone into the empty stand behind the goal. The one thing with Tierney you can usually rely on is his crossing ability. He's normally really good, isn't he? But didn't get hold of that one at all. It's gone into the crowd, a bit like what he did the other night in Benfica. No, he's not quite a match for it yet, no. I think him and De Bruyne have looked a little bit off the pace, haven't they, today in this game, which is understandable. They've not played a lot of football, have they? I say Tierney's got into lots of good positions, but his delivery's not been the best, and that's usually the one part of his game that can be relied upon. So, yeah, a bit disappointing, but looks like Gabriel Jesus is going to be coming on for Manchester City very, very shortly. He's just getting stripped ready to come on. Maybe De Bruyne is going to go off. I say he's not perhaps been quite at it today, and I say he's not played a lot of football. Of course, they have got a big Champions League game coming up this week as well, haven't they? Which they'll be thinking about, no doubt, as well, in terms of giving players a bit of a rest. Of course, we've got that big game on Thursday as well, haven't we? And technically the home leg away in Athens, but anyway, we'll worry about that at the end of this game. Need to get this out of the way first. Odegaard now. He's looked really good with the ball, Odegaard. He maybe hasn't got on the ball quite enough, or he hasn't been able to get on the ball quite enough, has he, to really have an impact on this game. But he's looked very good when he's had it at his feet. You can tell he's a class act. So I just really hope we can maybe try and keep him at the end of the season if we can, get a deal done with Real Madrid. Assuming he wants to stay, of course, but he certainly looks a very, very good player. And he'll definitely improve us going forward, there's no doubt about that. Pablo Mari now looks for a long ball. It is a long ball, but it's gone straight out for a goal kick. I'm not quite sure who that was meant for. I don't know whether Tierney was supposed to make a run, but I think this is going to give City the opportunity to get Gabriel Jesus on. In fact, it is. He's coming on now. Just check who it is that he's replacing. It is Kevin De Bruyne, as expected. I'll say maybe one eye on that Champions League game on Wednesday night. So Kevin De Bruyne goes off, 62 minutes played. So he's not quite been on it today, has he, luckily for us, because obviously on his day, he's still probably the best player in the Premier League, isn't he? So, but he's just finding his feet back again, isn't he, after his injury? So probably a good decision from Pep to take him off. And say it's Gabriel Jesus who's coming on now. Say they were playing with a false 9, now they're playing with an actual 9. And Gabriel Jesus' first involvement there is to tangle with Rob Holding. But Rob Holding's done well, actually. Gabriel Jesus seemed to think he was fouled, but I don't think he was. Oh, Kieran Tierney there was caught late by Cancelo, I think it was. Surely that's going to be a yellow card, is it, by the referee? He's calling Cancelo over. He did catch Tierney late there. As Tierney went to win the header, it's going to be a yellow card for the Manchester City right back. I don't see what he's complaining about. He was very late on Tierney there. Very late indeed. Yeah, I mean, it does seem strange when they say that, you know. I mean, it was only Italy, which is what, 2.5, 3 hours away, isn't it, on a plane? Yes, it does still take it out of you. I don't think you can completely dismiss that. But yeah, I mean, they should be used to it by now, shouldn't they? With all the travelling that we do, playing in Europe every season, you know, it's not really much of an excuse. And we have made 5 changes to the team that started, so I wouldn't say that's an excuse as to why we're. I wouldn't say we're necessarily looking tired. Man City are a good side, and they make you work, don't they? And that's probably a factor as well. Of course, we've got even more travelling to do this week, haven't we, going to Athens? So it'd be interesting to see what excuses there are next Sunday when we're away against Leicester, of course, second in the league. The fixtures have really fell kindly for us, haven't they, with these 2 Europa League away games, either side of these 2 league games against the top 2 sides. So thanks to the computer for that. Although I suppose at the start of the season, you maybe wouldn't have predicted that Man City and Leicester would be in the top 2 at the end of February, would you? But anyway, Tierney now takes a quick throw towards Aubameyang. But again, he doesn't get anywhere near it. Easily defended by John Stones, pushed off the ball too easily. It's gone out for a goal kick. And I'm surprised Aubameyang's still on the pitch. 65 minutes gone. We haven't made a substitution yet, actually. Quite surprised we haven't done, try and freshen things up a little bit. So Martinelli's on there, Lacazette's on there, Smith Rowe. I know maybe Smith Rowe needs a rest, perhaps why he didn't start, but certainly Martinelli needs some minutes in his legs, doesn't he? He's hardly played. You can hardly use tiredness as an excuse for him. Anyway, it's a free kick to Arsenal. Sterling's in. Showed a little bit of dissent, actually, and I think he might well get booked for that. He threw the ball away or bounced it on the floor. Is he going to get booked, or is he just going to get a talking to by the referee? I think it's just going to be a talking to. But he may be lucky not to get booked there, actually, Sterling, because that was quite a petulant response to that free kick against him. He did bounce the ball down, threw the ball down on the floor in an aggressive manner, which, you know, you've seen bookings for that kind of thing before, so he's maybe got away with that there. But anyway, you don't really want to see players booked unless it's warranted, I suppose. But anyway, Arsenal now coming forward down the far side, Bellerin into Odegaard. Oh, it was a little bit short, but El Neni got in there, and Arsenal have lost the ball again to, well, that's good play, actually. Is that Gabriel Jesus on that far side? He's done pretty well there, actually. We've got a player injured, which I think might be Odegaard. To Man City, kind of stopped the play. They haven't kicked the ball out yet. Odegaard gets to his feet a little bit gingerly. And Man City now carry on. They didn't need to kick the ball out. That was sensible play, actually. They just kept possession of the ball but didn't make any attempt to attack, waited until Odegaard got to his feet, and now they just carried on again. Now it's played out to the far side. Zinchenko finds Sterling, who's now switched over to that far side, plays it back to Zinchenko, into Fernandinho, pings a ball into the Wolves penalty area. It's gone straight out for a throw to Arsenal on the far side. In fact, you've got to say the second half has been quite scrappy, actually, from both teams. Passing's not been great, has it? No, I think we played okay. No, I'm not saying we're not. And City are a very good side, but we just seem to have lacked a little bit of urgency when we've gone forward at times. I think Aubameyang's been really poor. And we haven't had a focal point for an attacking, have we? And that's been our problem. I know Man City haven't, but they play a different way, don't they? And they have got a focal point now with Jesus. But it's only 1-0. And I say, you know, there's, 22 minutes to go. We're still in it. And that's, you know, we've got to be, I mean, the last, 3 seasons at the Emirates when we played Man City, the game's been over long before half time. So I suppose we've got to look at the positives there. But I just want to see us take a little bit more, be a little bit more better in the final third with a final ball and stuff like that. I just don't feel as though we've done it well enough today. You don't get many chances against Manchester City. So when you get into those positions, I just feel we need to produce a better final ball. And we haven't done so far. And that's what's been frustrating. But we've got a free kick now, midway inside the City half, just sort of slightly over to the right-hand side. This could be an opportunity maybe for us to get a decent ball into the box, a decent delivery, and maybe get ourselves a chance to get this equaliser, which will put a completely different complexion on these final 20 minutes. Looks like it might be Odegaard taking this free kick. He's on set-piece duty now, isn't he? Taking the corners and free kicks. Saka's over it as well. But I think it's going to be Odegaard who's going to deliver it. It is Odegaard, but it goes straight through to Edison. Wasn't a great free kick at all, actually. Wasted opportunity maybe for us again. We haven't put a decent ball into the box, have we, to really give the City defence something to think about. And I say that's probably been the biggest disappointment for me in this game. I don't think we've played necessarily that badly against a very good City side, but Rob Holding's made a mistake there. Sterling's in, but Leno's out quickly. Good goalkeeping that was from Bernd Leno. Rob Holding made a mistake of letting the ball bounce there from the long ball. Looked like for a second Sterling was going to be in, but Bernd Leno read the danger. That was a poor ball out of defence there. Who was that? Pablo Mari. He's giving it straight to Cancelo. Tried to drill a shot in, but Mari blocks it. That was a terrible ball, that, from Pablo Mari there. Straight to Cancelo, and I say his effort there was actually blocked by Mari, who of course did begin his career at Man City in England, didn't he? Before he was loaned out. Well, he didn't play a first team game. Of course, he was one of the players that we did briefly speak about. We're talking about players from both, who played for both clubs. Of course, he didn't actually make an appearance for Manchester City, but he was one of their players that they owned at the time. No, he hasn't had much to do, has he? There was that one save. I think he's made one save in the first half, one save in the second half, hasn't he? And that's pretty much it. So, no, he hasn't had a lot to do. I mean, the game's all been in midfield, hasn't it? There hasn't been a string of chances at either end, really. Man City have probably had the better of the few chances that there's been. But now we've got an opportunity now of Aubameyang down this near side. Can he actually finally come to life? Again, he's far too weak, but we do manage to pick the ball up with Pepe. It looked like it might have been a foul, but the referee waves play on. Odegaard now on the edge of the penalty area. Plays it to Bellerin. Drills it in towards the penalty area, but it was the 6-yard box where it's cleared away by Man City. Pepe couldn't quite get there. Odegaard again. Again, we get ourselves into a good position, but the final delivery into the box hasn't been good enough to really trouble this Man City defence. A very well-drilled Man City defence it is, of course, as well. Tierney now on this near touchline. Arsenal still looking to try to get an opening for this equaliser. Be a big point for us if we can get it, actually. But Mari again plays the ball straight out of play. Arteta's clapping from the touchline. I'm not quite sure why. There's going to be a substitution now. In fact, it's a double substitution for Arsenal. It's going to be Lacazette and Smith Rowe, both coming on. Arsenal going for it here to try to get this equaliser. Strange back pass there, actually, from Man City. And Edison, and El Neni tried a shot from about 40 or 35 yards. It Cancelo with a back pass, actually. Put Edison under real pressure. He had to volley it clear. I'm not quite sure what that was all about. It was a real strange back pass out from Cancelo. Edison's clearance went straight to El Neni about 35 yards out. He smashed it straight back in, but it went wide of the post. And that's probably about the nearest we've come to a goal, if we're honest. But anyway, so going to be Arsenal's double substitution now. It's going to be Odegaard's coming off for Lacazette. He's done okay, Odegaard. He didn't maybe get on the ball enough as we would have liked. But again, he looked neat and tidy with the ball. So Lacazette's now going to come on. And I'm not sure who's going off for Emil Smith-Rowe. I'd say maybe Pepe, perhaps. He's not had much. It is Pepe, yeah. He's not had much impact on this game at all. So Pepe's coming off. Smith-Rowe's coming on. And we've made these two substitutions, the last 20 minutes. With just over 15, actually, plus a bit of stoppage time. So we'll see if this can make a difference. Lacazette maybe has to hold the ball up a little bit better for us. Smith-Rowe as well has got a little bit of quality, hasn't he? So let's have a look and see if these two can have a big impact on this game and help us get back into it. Leonardo has had to come out of his penalty to clear the ball. Looks like Aubameyang's gone to the left. Smith-Rowe's gone into the number 10 position and Lacazette's gone through the centre. So we haven't really changed our shape. We've just changed the personnel. Now Mahrez on this near side. Man City looking for this second goal, which will almost certainly give them an 18th victory in a row and a 13th consecutive league victory. Sterling now on the far side, faced by Hector Bellerin, plays it back to Zinchenko, plays it back into Ruben Diaz, and now Bernardo Silva. Got a little bit of space. But again, Arsenal got everyone behind the ball, defending the spaces pretty well, denying Manchester City the opportunities to really get in behind. But this is a good run forward, actually, from the back, from Ruben Diaz. Or was it actually might have been John Stones? He finds Mahrez on this near side. Bernardo Silva, it was John Stones. Cancelo there was fouled, was he, by Granit Xhaka? He was. And it's going to be a free kick to Man City, which they take quickly, actually. Bernardo Silva plays it across to Fernandinho. He's got a little bit of space there and finds Sterling out on the far side. Again, Bellerin closes him down. He gets the ball back again, Sterling. Finds Bernardo Silva. Man City just keeping possession here pretty comfortably, but they're not really putting our defence under too much stress and strain at the moment. We're keeping them at arm's length, as we have done for most of this game, if we're honest, apart from the opening 10 minutes or so when they got through us at will. We've pretty much defended pretty well for the most part. And we've now forced them all the way back, actually. It's now with Bernardo Silva. He's just coming forward now into towards the centre circle. Plays it to John Stones on this near side. In fact, since we've made the substitution, I don't think we've touched the ball yet. But we might do now as Pablo Mari cuts out that long ball and then comes forward to show good skills there. And now he finds Granit Xhaka. Plays it up the line to Aubameyang's now on his left-hand side. I think Saka's gone over to the right. Aubameyang's on the left. Smith Rowe's in the number 10 position. And Lacazette's through the middle. So we've just had a slight little reshuffle of the front four. Oh, Rob Holding does well there with the ball at his feet. Finds Lacazette. Drops deep, but holds the ball up well. Finds Kieran Tierney now. He's got Aubameyang outside him on his touchline. Aubameyang plays the ball back inside to Granit Xhaka. Granit Xhaka plays it back to Aubameyang. Plays it across the box. Comes to Saka. Oh, he sort of slips as he went to turn. Maybe try and get a shot away. It's just not quite fallen for us inside the penalty area in this game, is it? And it's now going to be a foul and a free kick to Manchester City. Fair play to Arteta giving Pepe a start. Yeah. He doesn't know. No, I think I think the substitutions have been positive, haven't they? Getting Smith Rowe and Lacazette. Yeah, they're kind of similar players to who's gone off, I suppose, in a way, but it's changed the front four around a little bit. Maybe give us an opportunity to get the equaliser, perhaps. But yeah, Pepe hasn't taken his chance today. Again, he's been really poor. He didn't have any influence on this game whatsoever. And yes, Man City are a good side, as we've said, but you'd expect a bit more from him. If he's trying to win a place in the side, you'd expect a little bit more from him than what he's produced today. And unfortunately, in general, in his Arsenal career, he had a couple of decent games, didn't he? Particularly that game at Southampton when he had a really good game and he scored that great goal at Wolves, didn't he? But those kind of performances have been very rare from him, haven't they? And today we saw the Nicolas Pepe that unfortunately we've got used to now. That just tends to be how he plays. But anyway, we've still got just under 15 minutes plus a bit of injury time. Let's hope that these substitutions, positive substitutions that they've been, can actually make a difference and we can fashion this equaliser, which would be so important for us. Aubameyang has now come really deep and actually plays the ball back to Bernd Leno. And Arsenal they're trying to build from the back. Rob Holding. He's had a mixed day, Rob Holding, hasn't he? He's settled into this game a lot better, actually, after a very, very poor start. Kieran Tierney now on his left-hand side. Not quite been his usual self, has he, today, Kieran Tierney, but he has been missing for quite a long time. So we can forgive him that. And it's good that he's getting the minutes under his belt ready for the other challenges that lie ahead in the next couple of weeks. Some really tough games as well we've got, haven't we? Anyway, Sterling now on that far side, faced with Rob Holding. He just finds Gundogan, gets it back. Gundogan's gone off on a run and finds him, but Saka did well to hold him up. It's gone back to Raheem Sterling again. Of course, his goal seems a long way ago now, doesn't it? Just 2 minutes played when he scored. It still remains the only thing separating these two sides. But we still haven't really had that one big chance, have we, to get the equaliser. We've had a few promising moments, a few good half chances maybe. The final ball just not quite fallen for us, or it's not quite had the quality there. Man City now looking to get this second goal. Jesus now on his near side, cuts into the penalty area, cuts inside. Is he going to try a shot? Oh, well, and then he holds him up well. Instead he finds, it was Cancelo there with the shot curled with the outside of his foot, just wide of the far post. That was almost a moment there for City to go 2-0 up. We've got an injury at the moment, a head injury, it looks like to be. Is it Rob Holding possibly? But Rob Holding there got in a bit of a tangle. It was with Cancelo actually. It was Gabriel Jesus, did well, found Cancelo. He cut inside Granit Xhaka, tried to curl it with the outside of his foot into the far corner. I think it was an accidental collision with Rob Holding actually. I'm surprised the referee allowed that to go on when it was a head injury. And luckily it didn't cost us too much. Cancelo got past Pablo Mari a little bit too easily there and maybe should have scored with the outside of his right foot, trying to curl it into the far corner. But it's gone wide. It remains 1-0. Rob Holding is still down, getting treatment. Are we going to see our first concussion substitution? Possibly. But I'm surprised the referee allowed that to go on with a head injury in the build-up to that. It was an accidental collision. I don't think it wasn't a free kick to Arsenal. It wasn't a foul. It was an accidental collision. Holding came in a sliding challenge to try to win the ball. And as he went past him, Cancelo caught him with his knee, I think, in his head. It was accidental completely, but with a head injury, surely you've got to hold the play up. But instead it was allowed to go on, and Cancelo very nearly scored the second goal. Would have been quite a controversial moment if he had scored, I guess, with Rob holding down. But they're showing replays of the goal now. It was a good cross, but I mean, really and truly, how has Sterling got that much space to head that in? If that turns out to be the winning goal, then really, really poor from Arsenal defensively. But anyway, we've had plenty of time to put that right, and we haven't been able to so far. But Rob Holding's still receiving treatment, actually. He's sitting down. He's communicating with the physio there. So he looks like maybe a jaw injury, maybe. He's getting to his feet now. Hopefully he's going to be okay. And maybe we won't see a concussion substitution after all. I think he's going to come straight back on again. He obviously needs to go off first, doesn't he, to the sideline. Yeah, stupid defending. That's been a problem. Anyway, David Luiz is coming on now. I don't know whether it is going to be I don't know if it's a proper substitution or a concussion substitution. I'm not sure. But David Luiz is going to come on for Rob Holding anyway. There's 9 minutes left of normal time. So I'm not sure what's happening here. But anyway, Rob Holding has gone off and David Luiz is coming on. Not quite sure what Man City seem to think they can make another substitution. Although it's only our third substitution anyway, so I don't think it really matters if it was a concussion substitution or not, because we've only made 2 anyway, haven't we? So that's only our third one anyway. So I mean, I can't understand what the problem is. Man City have only made 2 as well, haven't they? Because they've brought on Jesus and who else have they brought on? Maybe that's their only. Is that their only sub actually so far? We've obviously made all 3 now, but anyway, David Luiz is on for Rob Holding for these final 7 or 8 minutes. Rob Holding has attacking Hector Bellerin, cuts inside him too easily. Sterling into the penalty area, but El Neni did well actually to take the ball off him inside the area. Now Arsenal maybe have got a chance for a counter attack. El Neni just about gets the ball through to Aubameyang. It's held up slightly, so he's had to cut back, but now he's off on a run down his left-hand side. He's getting past John Stones, is he? Oh, is that not a foul? John Stones there pushed Aubameyang off the ball. And I don't think the referee's given anything. Aubameyang looks a little bit frustrated. He hasn't got past John Stones once in this game, has he, Aubameyang, today? He tried to do him for pace there. John Stones came across him. Could have been a foul, but anyway, it's not. Instead, it's a goal kick to Manchester City. We're into the final 6 minutes of normal time. It's going to be a fair bit of stoppage time, I would have thought. There's been a few stoppages, a lot of substitutions, maybe 4 or 5 minutes perhaps on top. So we've still got maybe 10 minutes or so to try to get a goal in this game, to try to get ourselves back. A point would be a fantastic result in the circumstances, wouldn't it? Especially after going behind so early as well. There was a worry there, wasn't there, that could have been a really long afternoon for us. But luckily we've weathered that storm and we've played okay. We have played okay. We just lacked that quality in the final third to break down this very strong, well-organised Manchester City defence. Oh, we've just given the ball away in a dangerous area there. It's Fernandinho now striding forward into the penalty area. But Arsenal defend that well, actually. That was Errol Smith-Rowe there doing his defensive job. did really well then to see the ball out. And Arsenal now looking to come forward themselves down that right-hand side with Hector Bellerin, finds Bukayo Saka. He's not had much of the ball, has he, since he switched over to the right, but he does pretty well there. Finds El Neni into Granit Xhaka. Saka was actually fouled there, and the referee has now blown his whistle. Saka now gets to his feet. Once again, he's been targeted with a rather heavy tackle. And Arsenal are now going to make their final substitution. So that must have been a concussion substitution for David Luiz. So Denis Ceballos is coming on for El Neni for the final 5 minutes or so of this game. So it was a concussion substitution there for David Luiz coming on for Rob Holding. So we've actually managed to make 4 substitutions. So we did see our first concussion sub for Arsenal. First time. That's a bit of a history there made for Arsenal there. So David Luiz becomes the first concussion substitute to come on for Arsenal. Now Kieran Tierney plays the ball into Lacazette. Oh, Lacazette, it was just, again, was it Ruben Diaz there? Just too strong for him there. It's going to be a big finish this maybe from Arsenal, is it? Just to try to get this equaliser. What a fantastic moment this could be if we can find it. David Luiz there tries to play a long ball. It's come to Lacazette. He's got a little bit of space. He's got Kieran Tierney outside him on the left. He finds Tierney just inside the area. Tierney in towards Aubameyang. Oh, he couldn't quite win the header. Lacked a bit of conviction, if we're honest. And Man City managed to scramble the ball clear. But we're having a go at this now in these final stages. It's going to be another yellow card from Pablo Mari for a foul there inside the centre circle. In fact, I think it's Denis Ceballos who's got the yellow card for the foul there on Gabriel Jesus. Man City managed to scramble that ball away. It came to Jesus on the halfway line inside the centre circle, and it was Bellerin actually just a little bit late getting there. And I don't think he can have any complaints about the yellow card he's picked up there, Hector Bellerin. So it's going to be a free kick to Manchester City inside the centre circle. We're into the last 2.5 minutes of normal time. There's going to be a bit of stoppage time as well, I would imagine. I'll say maybe 4 or 5 minutes even. So we've still got a little bit of time as long as we can stop Man City get another goal. But Gundogan's in, tries to put a cross in, but David Luiz cuts it out of the near post. It's going to be a corner to Manchester City. Gundogan then got to the byline out on that far side, Manchester City's left. Tried to pull the ball back across the 6-yard box, but David Luiz was there. And he's put it out for a corner. It's only the 3rd corner for Man City. There's only been 4 corners in this game, actually. 3 to Manchester City and just 1 that we had in the first half, which actually was a good corner, wasn't it? Flicked on by Granit Xhaka, and we nearly got someone on the end of it, and Man City managed to scramble it away. But I think they're going to play a short corner. In fact, they have played a short corner, Man City. Looks like they may be just going to try and see out this game now. Arsenal won the ball back and got a free kick as well. It was Lacazette there. Take it quickly. Time is against Arsenal now. If we are going to get a goal and an equaliser and end Manchester City's winning run, it's going to be something very late and very dramatic now, isn't it? Pablo Mari now plays the ball up towards Lacazette, holds it up, and he's won a free kick there. Foul from Fernandinho. Man City are quite happy to give away free kicks, aren't they, in less dangerous areas of the pitch? Try to break the play up. They do that really well. Anyway, David Luiz and Pablo Mari are both going up for this. It's a long ball played towards the far post, but it wasn't a particularly good ball again, and we maybe rushed it. But we've won the ball back. Denis Ceballos. Oh, he tried to find Smith Rowe, but it wasn't a great ball. And now Man City have got a break on. There's a free man, and Mahrez running into the penalty area. Oh, and he's shot it. It's gone miles out. It's Gabriel Jesus, actually. It's gone miles over the bar. That was a chance for Man City to seal it there. Luckily, Gabriel Jesus didn't show any composure whatsoever. I think he had Mahrez alongside him. He could have passed to. Instead, he went for the shot himself and fired it miles over the crossbar. Really, really poor play that was from Jesus, luckily. And now we've still got an opportunity to maybe get this equaliser. Lacazette then flicks the ball on. Saka's trying to get in down that far side, but it's well cut out by John Stones, and Man City can get the ball under control again. We're moving into stoppage time now. It hasn't come up how much there's going to be. My guess is 4 minutes. Hopefully there might be 5, but we'll see what comes up. There has been a few stoppages in this second half. David Luiz just gives away a free kick as we move into stoppage time now at the end of this game. There is going to be 4 minutes. I thought there'd be about that. So we're getting into dramatic territory now, aren't we? If Arsenal are going to end Manchester City's long winning run, and if Arsenal are going to get what could be a really important point as well, it's going to take something very late and very dramatic if it is going to happen. I'm sure Man City are just going to try and see this out now. Last 4 minutes of stoppage time, just trying to keep possession of the ball, but we've won it back now. Was that a foul? It was. We've got a free kick there. There's a foul on Dani Ceballos. I think it was by Gabriel Jesus. David Luiz is going to take this free kick for Arsenal. No, he's going to leave it actually for Bernd Leno. Is he going to launch it? Can something fall for us? Can something fall for us in the penalty area? And we get this goal. Bernd Leno goes long with a free kick. Man City win the header again, but it does fall to Kieran Tierney on this near side. He's forced back though to Dani Ceballos. Pings it along to the far post towards Saka. Can Saka keep that in? He does keep it in, but nobody can quite read it, and Man City are going to be able to clear this away. It's just a long, hopeful clearance there for Manchester City. Pablo Mari's on the end of it. Quite scrappy, this bit of play here, actually. Man City trying to see the game out, and we're trying to just force an opening if we can. Kieran Tierney has got the ball in the left-back position, deep inside the Arsenal half. Goes long, actually, looking for David Luiz, who's almost playing as a centre-forward. And has he given away a free kick there? It was him and Ruben Diaz there, seemed to go for the ball. I think he's winded the Manchester City defender. He's certainly not in any hurry to get himself up, is he? And that was clearly a foul from David Luiz. And he's certainly not going to get up quickly, is he? In fact, he's still down. The Manchester City defender should have done a little bit more stoppage time. There's only 90 seconds of the 4 minutes remaining. It's going to be a free kick which Edison's going to take. I'm sure Man City will go along with this and then try to keep the ball in the corner for as long as possible. But we'll see what happens. Oh, Diaz got man of the match, did he? No one else stood out. It's been quite a scrappy game, actually, in many ways. There was a lively start from City. We were all over the place, and we settled down, didn't we, after that? And it's been pretty even, I suppose. It's been a bit of a dour midfield battle, if we're totally honest. Man City have probably had the slightly better of the chances, of the few chances that there's been. We've lacked a little bit of quality and composure in the final third, but we've done okay. I don't think we can have too many complaints. Man City are obviously a very, very good side. And they're just going to see this game out now for the final minute or so of stoppages that now remain. We're into the last 30 seconds of the 4, but I'm pretty sure there's going to be a little bit more added on for that injury there to Diaz. Man City are trying to keep the ball down in the corner. They've won a free kick. The one thing Man City are really good at is managing the game pretty well. They don't concede many late goals, do they? When, a late equaliser against them very often, do they? They do manage the game well, Man City. And these are all things that we need to learn. If we're going to compete again and challenge at the top of the league, it's the little details that we need to improve. And you could see that today. It was the small details that Man City have been better than us in. And ultimately, that's been enough for them to win this game. And that's why they're going to win the Premier League. But we didn't collapse, which was my worry after those opening few minutes. But we've got a throw in now. This is going to be our last chance on that far side, which Hector Bellerin is going to take. We've already played the 4 minutes of stoppage time, but I say there was going to be a little bit extra added on, but I'm not sure if we're going to be able to get the ball forward. David Luiz has got it now. He does put a long ball forward, but it's a hopeful ball. Man City pick it up again, and it's going to come back to Bernd Leno. Now, this is going to be our last chance, is it? Tierney down this near side. Plays a ball up the line, but it's a poor ball. It's gone out for a throw. He was looking for a Aubameyang, and I think that's pretty much going to be it. In fact, it is. The full-time whistle's gone. It has finished Arsenal 0, Manchester City 1. Slightly frustrating. I don't think we can have too many complaints, really. I mean, it was quite an even game, actually, for most of it. We just got punished for that poor start. A really soft goal to concede so early in this game to Raheem Sterling within 2 minutes. And we was never able to pull that back. You know, Man City well drilled defensively. They worked hard. We had a few opportunities to maybe deliver a better ball into the box, which we wasn't able to do. We didn't give Edison. I don't think Edison had a shot to save, did he? That I can remember. And that was as much down to good defending from Manchester City and maybe slightly poor final third balls from us at times. But at least we competed with City for the whole 90 minutes. We were in the game. And in the end, you know, we just couldn't quite create that big opportunity. Yeah, no, I agree, Kev. Yeah, I do think there is. You can see that we're not miles away from where we need to be. There's a few little details here and there. You know, I say a really, really poor start we got punished for, and you know, I just think Man City in certain aspects of the play are a lot better than us. Not necessarily because their players are better, some of them are, but more to do with the way that they manage the situations in the game, and that's something that we've got to learn. And maybe Arteta's got to learn as well. He's still an inexperienced head coach, isn't he? So hopefully he can learn as well. But we are on an upward curve now, aren't we? I don't think there's any doubt about that. We're definitely improving. That was probably as well as we've played against Manchester City in the Premier League for quite a long time. When you look at the last 7 or 8 league games against them, where they've beaten us quite easily. So there is improvements there, yes. We do need a couple of better players. I don't think there's any question about that either in midfield, particularly. Thomas Partey might have made a difference today. You know, getting hold of the midfield a little bit more. We didn't create a lot, though, did we? Odegaard didn't get on the ball enough in the right areas. I thought he worked hard and looked a good player, but yeah, there are things to improve. Definitely, there's room for improvements. But yeah, I know, I agree. There is something there that we can look at and say, you know what, we're not a million miles away, and with the right investment in the summer, with 2 or 3 better players coming in to improve the squad, if we can get Odegaard maybe on a longer deal, a permanent deal, then possibly, you know, we can build from there, can't we? But yeah, there are positive signs. I'm a little bit frustrated, if I'm honest, that we just lack that little bit of quality when we got into some good areas. You know, Tierney in particular got into some good areas. I've just shown our 1 shot on target was from Tierney actually in the first half. So yeah, a little bit frustrated, but yeah, overall, I don't think we can be megally disappointed, can we? I mean, Man City are a really good side, and for probably 85 minutes of that game, we were equal to them in many ways. But just those little details here and there, is it, that in the end have cost us. The little details at both ends of the pitch, that they were just a little bit better than us when it mattered, and I guess that's why they're top of the league and we're like down in 10th place. I mean, I do think that's quite a big defeat for us as well. You know, if we were going to try and get into the top 6, we ideally needed to get something from this game. Man City did have the better chances. They're just showing them now. We maybe didn't. We didn't have as many clear-cut openings at goal, did we? But yeah, I mean, I'm not too disappointed. I'm just frustrated more than anything that we just were punished for a couple of mistakes that we made early on, and we weren't able to recover it, were we, in the end, unfortunately? And we've lost 1-0. But yeah, I guess before the game, we'd have maybe not expected much more, would we? Hi, Joe. Yeah, I only really started YouTube. I started the channel in August, I think it was, at the end of last season, over pre-season before this season started. So not a massive amount of time, 7 or 8 months, I suppose, isn't it? 6, 7 months, whatever it is. Yeah, so I'm enjoying it, actually. Really enjoying the channel. It's starting to grow really nicely, actually. I had a lot of new subscribers in the last couple of weeks, which is nice. And yeah, I was going to keep trying to keep working and trying to keep getting the content out. There's a lot of good stuff coming up. Actually, I've got a reaction show coming up after in about 15 minutes time, post-match reaction show. I'm going to have a few fans coming on, 3 or 4 fans, just to give their instant reaction to the performance tonight, the result and everything else. So that's going to be good. So stay tuned to the channel for that. That's coming up in, I say, 15 minutes time. And then tomorrow I'll be doing a full review video of this game. looking at it in a bit more detail, select a man of the match, all the usual stuff that I do on that. So that will probably be coming out probably about lunchtime tomorrow. I'll record it in the morning probably, or maybe tonight, and put it out in the morning at lunchtime. Sorry, so stay tuned for that as well. And then building up towards the Benfica game, I'll be doing a watch along of that on Thursday. I'm going to start my new series actually during the week. I've got a new series where I'm going to be speaking to some fellow Arsenal YouTubers actually on the channel, just to talk about their channels and how they got started and what they're, what they want to do with their channels in the future and stuff like that. So I'm going to be getting the first one of them done probably early this week, maybe Tuesday or Monday or Tuesday. Josie will be watching the fan reaction. Yeah, what I'll do is I'm going to stick a link up on Twitter in a minute, but it's just on the channel anyway. I'll shut this stream down in a minute. I've got a little prep to do for that show, and then I'll say it's going live at 6:45. 4 or 5 fans will be coming on to give the reaction to that game and that performance, which I'm a little bit frustrated about, but I can understand Kevin's point, and he wants to try and be optimistic, and I am. I can see that point as well. I'm just a little bit frustrated because we just didn't make the most of the opportunities that we got ourselves into in the final third, did we, today? But never mind. They were a good side, Man City, and we can't really feel too down about losing to the team that's just won their last 17 games. Russ says, boring. It wasn't a great game, was it? Let's be honest. It wasn't a great game. I thought neither team played that well today, actually. Maybe we cancelled each other out to a certain degree. I thought, De Bruyne was a bit off the pace for City, wasn't he? But yeah, I didn't think it was a great game, but there were a few positives to take from it from our point of view. I will watch it back later on before I do my review video tomorrow. I'll say I might record that later on today if I get a chance. And yeah, we move on to another big game on Thursday, the second leg, the home leg in Athens. I still can't quite understand what that's about, but anyway, it is what it is, isn't it? We've got to go over there and play that game in Athens now on Thursday. Hopefully we can get through that round, and then we'll see what the draw brings us and where we play in the last 16, hopefully. And then another tough game, of course, next Sunday in the Premier League away at Leicester. So, yeah, it doesn't get any easier, does it? And that's why this result's quite frustrating, because there was an opportunity there, I felt, today to get something from this game, and we didn't quite take it, did we? Yeah, no, the quiz was good, Joe. Yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Yeah, I always enjoy that quiz. No, Aubameyang can't hold the ball up. No, he can't. I thought he was really poor in that aspect of his game. He maybe looked a little bit more comfortable when he moved to the left, actually, later on. It's back on this channel, Kevin. It'll be. I'll just stick a link on Twitter for the show, but it's basically going to be coming straight on this channel. I'm saying about 15 minutes. I'm just going to shut this down, do a little bit of prep for that, get the guests in, and then I'll be going straight live on this channel. So I did put a link on Twitter to the show earlier, but yeah, just stay on the channel. It'll be on in about 15 minutes time. It'll be going out on YouTube. So yeah, so stay tuned for that if you can. It'd be great for you to watch that as well. Yeah, so I will kind of wrap this up now, because I've got a little bit of stuff to do just before that comes on. So yeah, thanks everyone for watching. Thanks you guys in the chat, to Joe, Kevin as well in particular, keeping me entertained, keeping me keep me feet on the ground, Kevin, as well, because I was getting a bit annoyed at the beginning. But I say in the end, I think there's probably a few more positives to come out of it than negatives, really, apart from the result, obviously, which we needed something from the game. But they beat everyone at the moment, so we can't be too disappointed, really, I suppose, can we? So yeah, so stay tuned to the channel. Lots of great stuff coming up. I say I'll be doing a fan reaction show in a minute. I'm just appearing on another channel as well, just to give some quick reaction now. Guna Media TV. So if you want to nip over there and watch that for a couple of minutes while I'll be on there, and then back over here for the fan reaction show. So thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for supporting the channel. Unfortunately, we couldn't get a result today, could we? That we really wanted, but I guess it could have been worse, couldn't it? Let's face it, after that first 10 minutes. So move on upwards now on to Thursday, and hopefully we can get through in the Europa League, keep the season alive anyway. And I still think we've got the top 6 to fight for. It's not over yet, is it? We need to keep going, and hopefully we can have a good finish to the season. But yeah, disappointing today. It finished at the Emirates, Arsenal 0, Manchester City 1. But we move on to Thursday. Come on, you Gunners. Come on. Bye.